All right, AFC North news. Shedeur Sanders, more AFC North news, I should say. Shedeur Sanders is going to start for the first time. Dylan Gabriel's in concussion protocol, so he's going to start Sunday at the Raiders. Your
That's a
thoughts?
good. That's a great landing spot for your first game because they're awful.
Yeah.
Cleveland's awful. Sanders' stats were awful. Uh, but you know what? He made a couple throws that were big time. He can throw the ball deep. Listen, Gabriel was not good.
No.
So neither quarterback looked NFL certified, but
That's become a Cleveland tradition.
well, that's what I was going to say. This is the Browns, so it's not
Yeah.
like they got a bank that you can, they've had. I think Ryan McGee. He would call this Raiders Browns game a pillow fight,
Yeah.
one of those NFL pillow fights. The real problem is lack of continuity at the most important position on the field. It's the organization will be starting its 42nd different quarterback since the franchise returned to Cleveland in 1999.
Crazy.
And I can
Crazy.
name all 42 of them if you want me to.
Go ahead.
Tim Couch,
Yeah.
Baker Mayfield, Derek Anderson, Oregon State, Colt McCoy, Texas, Brandon Whedon, Charlie Fry, Deshaun Watson. That was a great signing. Brian Hoyer, Deshaun Kaiser, Kelly Holcomb, Brady Quinn, Trent Dilfer, Josh McNown, Jacoby Brissett, who they wish they had now, Jeff Garcia, Joe Flacco, Cody Kessler, Doug Peterson. I think that's the guy who coached the Eagles, isn't it? Jason
So you really
Campbell.
can. I thought you were clowning around. You have all 42 of them right there.
Yeah, Johnny Man. I do homework for this show, Stan.
So
Johnny
you're not doing this from memory.
I might be. I don't know. Jameis Winston, Seneca Wallace, Dorian Thompson Robinson, Robert Griffin, Jake Daylight Comes, and I wanted Delhomme.
Yeah.
Oh, one of the great boomers of all time. Luke McCown, Tyrod Taylor, who's played for every team, Ken Dorsey, PJ Walker, Austin Davis, Ty Detmer, who won the Heisman, Case Keenum, Kevin Hogan, Bailey Zappi, Spurgeon Wynn, Jeff Driscoll, Thad Lewis, Nick Mullins, Connor Shaw, and who can forget Bruce Gradkowski. Those are your 42.
Okay, so
my work is done here.
Very good. That was excellent. Another one of my NFL theories is that you cannot miss on a quarterback that you take in the first round, and you cannot miss with a quarterback that you give massive money in free agency. Okay, because of the nature of the position, what it means, and what you have to spend. Okay, so now when you miss on a Deshaun Watson, this is the most egregious example, and you give him $230 million guaranteed and it doesn't work, okay?
Yeah.
You are in dead money hell now, okay? And in addition to being in dead money hell, you have to go out again and trust your evaluation process and sign another guy who's not going to be cheap, okay? So now you're paying 2 premium salaries for quarterbacks, and you already missed on one. Okay, so you cannot. The stakes are even high. You cannot miss a second time.
Well, they didn't go out and get a premium guy. No offense, they went out and got Joe Flacco. I mean, he's
right.
very serviceable, but
they went stopgap and draft,
and then they drafted Gabriel in the 3rd and Sanders in the 5th.
right? So their thinking was, we'll get the stopgap veteran guy. We know what he is. Okay.
Yeah.
We know what he's going to do. Okay. And it's economical, fits our budget. Okay. And we'll draft 2 guys and we'll see if one of them hits. Okay. Gabriel's had his chance. He didn't hit. Okay. So now it's Shedeur Sanders. Okay. And like when I watched Shedeur Sanders, what I remember, you remember after the Colorado State game, we're doing Sports Center. He leads that big comeback. They come back and win the game. And I asked him, what were you thinking on that last drive to go down and make it happen for your team? He said, I just went into Brady mode. Okay. And I think that kind of gives us a clue into his thinking. I think he's going out there trying to win the game every play. Right? He's
Is that
sometimes
Marsha Brady? Marsha Brady mode?
No, I mean it's I mean sometimes you just take the 3 or 4 yards. Take the 5 yards. Throw the quick out. Hit in Njoku over the middle. Take the 6 or 7 yards. Okay. It doesn't have to be a bomb on every play, because what it does is it makes him hold on to the ball too long, looking for, big plays. Okay. And every play doesn't have to be a big play. And so my question for him coming out of the draft was, can you coach a guy out of that? Like some guy like Drake May. Drake May I don't know that there's anybody who taught Drake May how to stand up in the pocket, ignore the rush, keep his eyes downfield, and deliver big plays. Some of that, I believe, is just intrinsic. It's who you are from playing football your whole life, and it's something you developed along the way, and it's just a part of your game. And I think coaching can help with that, but a certain amount of that, I think a guy just has it or he doesn't. Okay? And so Shedeur Sanders has to be coached out of looking for the home run on every play, because that's when he starts running around back there and he's scrambling and, and that whole thing. And like, it throws the offense out of whack, because if you get sacked on a play like that, now you're 2nd and 25.
It's Johnny Manziel-esque.
Yeah. So he has to understand that, like, most plays in the NFL are not big plays. You take what's there, short intermediate plays to help set up big plays, and then take your chances, 3 or 4 or 5 times a game. But you don't have to hit a home run every play. And I think if he does that, he's got NFL arm. I believe that. He's got NFL moxie. I think he believes in himself. He has the confidence and everything. I just think it's a tweak to his game that he has to fix. And hey, man, take the short throw if it's there. You don't have to hit a home run every play.
And you brought up May, and the other thing, see, May's got McDaniels.
Yep.
Okay. Bo Nix has got Sean Payton.
But Stefanski's supposed to be another one of those quarterback guys, right?
Yeah. Listen, what's that? All hat, no saddle, or whatever. I mean, how he's not.
I mean,
he's not gonna have the job at the end of this year. So he failed. If he did not live up to his whisperer status.
I don't know if he may have enough capital in the bank to not get fired. I think he but I find all this stuff about Stefanski doesn't want Shedeur Sanders to succeed. I'm like, what? The coach's record, the coach's record is riding on that too. Okay, if Shedeur Sanders goes out and wins, it helps Kevin Stefanski. Why? Like, that makes no sense. I mean, I know it gets clicks, and it's some of the stuff that I hate about what we do, when like it's just like clickbait. Like, they don't want him to succeed. Like, what?
That's dumb.
It doesn't make any sense. So I don't know. I mean, look, maybe it's the most unlikely successful pairing in the NFL this season. Maybe it's like, hey, everybody thought Stefanski was trying to sabotage him, and now Stefanski's helped him and he's helped Stefanski. So we'll see. I'm seeing this story right now. I'm looking at the story right now. Browns' Kevin Stefanski coveted around NFL despite mediocre run in Cleveland.
Coveted as an offensive coordinator or a head coach?
It's from Sports Not, whatever that is. So I don't know. It's on the internet, though. Must be true, like you always say.
Exactly.
No, it says he has a good chance of being a head coach again quickly if fired by the Browns. So we'll see. Yeah. Who I feel sorry for in Cleveland is Myles Garrett, because he's playing
that whole defense.
Yeah. I mean, Myles Garrett is playing at Defensive Player of the Year levels right now. And, it's not showing up in the win column. That Cleveland defense has kept them in a lot of games they shouldn't have been in. And he's the leader of that defense. And he decided to stay when he could have left, but he decided to stay and commit to the franchise. And he's not getting a good situation on the other side of the ball.
Well, didn't he decide to stay because the franchise committed the most money to him?
Well, yeah. I mean, yeah, but I mean, he somebody else would have committed that money to him too. Somebody else would have committed that. I
No,
mean, if you can get Myles Garrett, you're gonna pay the money.
right,
But I think I always respect guys who stay with it. I don't know. There's something the old school in me
yeah,
that's
but
like
what makes anybody think, Myles Garrett or anybody think, that Cleveland was going to be any good?
I mean,
They had no quarterback.
They've been
They
a
had no
playoff
quarterback.
team. They've been a playoff team under Stefanski. I mean, look, they blew it on Deshaun Watson, okay? But I tell you what, there were a lot of teams that could have blown it on Deshaun Watson if they had outbid the Browns, and the Browns just happened to be the highest bidder. It wasn't like there weren't a whole bunch of other teams who were willing to take on Deshaun Watson. They happened to be the ones who did it, and it didn't work out. But it's not like they were alone. Like everybody said, oh, what are you doing? Nobody would give him that deal. There were a lot of teams that were all in on Deshaun Watson, and it just didn't work out. So I don't think Stefanski's as bad as what they have. And I'm really interested to see if they can get Shedeur Sanders to play efficiently and not always look for big plays.